to the channel. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our special feature today, which is titled National Treasure. You guys can find this film streaming right now on Disney+. But first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. Historian and code breaker Ben Gates has been searching his whole life for a rumored treasure dating back to the creation of the United States. Joining in an expedition led by fellow treasure hunter Ian, Gates find an ice-locked colonial ship in the Arctic Circle that contains a clue linked to the treasure back to the Declaration of Independence. But when Hal portrays him, Gates has to race to get the document ahead of his so-called colleague. For real? Oh my goodness! Ah! I so enjoyed this film. This film has that action pack for you. It has that a little bit of mystery there for you. Of course, they're looking for a treasure here. So yes, it's good. You're going to be on the edge of your seats. And I just have to say, Nicolas Cage, one of my all-time favorite actors growing up. I just loved him so much. And of course, now I just really love him in like family films. So yeah, just only in the family films and you know, these kind of films right here. But yeah, he is just amazing. He does a beautiful job in this film. I mean, like the character Ben, y'all, I have to say, is like incredibly special because he is almost like what a person would call an old soul, right? Like people do not think like this anymore. Most people, I'm gonna say most people do not think like Ben anymore. Most people don't have that integrity, that willing to put it all on your line. So many times he has risked his life in this film for his friends, for his family. He was always the one willing to just make the sacrifice at whatever cost. So he is not one of these like his colleague in this film who is greedy, willing to, you know, just pay whatever price to get this treasure. That is not Ben. He is doing it for more of integrity reasons. He is doing it because he's been told this story since he was a little boy. He believed in this. He had faith that this treasure exists somewhere based off the stories of his, you know, his grandfather and back to his father. And you're just rooting for him. You want him to find this. And so many different times he could have gave up because it always seemed like it was coming to a complete dead end. Like this does not even exist. Like what is the point? Even his dad was like a bit of a discouragement because even him, he was like, you know, this is silly. Like it's just not going to lead to anywhere. It's just going to lead to another clue and another clue. And that's just how it goes. But Ben just holds on to this hope and this faith. And he has his colleague here, Riley, who I just love and adore, who is like super smart, super genius. And I just love that. I just love characters who just think beyond what they see, who just go to the farthest that they can go, and yet they still walk in integrity. They still have that love, that compassion, that joy. And Ben has all of these different things. So the whole time in this film, y'all are rooting for him. Y'all want the best for him. And I just love the way that he speaks. He just speaks like so like what you would think like from like the 1800s and all of this kind of stuff. Well, I mean, not like his speech in itself, but just like the way that he talks about integrity and friendship and just these values, these morals. He speaks so like, oh, like you just be like that, like, oh my goodness, like people really believe this. And you just want this to exist, I mean, in real life. But of course, like most of the time you come across people, they are not, you know, speaking like that. Most people are about themselves and just selfish. And I mean, the list goes on and on. Y'all can look around and see all of that. But that's why I just love this film so much, because I'm just like, wow, for a person to just like Ben to have so much very intelligent, knows his history. And I'm just like, wow, why didn't I pay more attention in history? I mean, okay, if it was this interesting, maybe I would have. But yeah, just to see the way that he is, the way that he carries himself, and you know, most people who have that amount of intelligence and so gifted like he is, they would, a lot of times that comes with arrogance, that comes with just, you know, kind of tearing people down and feeling like, you know, it's all about you, and that's just not Ben at all. He will easily fade into the background, you know. It just happens to be that what he has inside of him is what is needed, but he does not do it with that arrogance, and I'm just like, I just love him. And so you can imagine, he is my favorite character. I just love him, and I love Riley as well. But yeah, once again, this is titled National Treasure. It is streaming right now on Disney Plus. You are going to love it. Okay, love it. All right. So before I leave y'all for today, we're gonna go ahead and get into our scripture, and we're coming out of Proverbs chapter 10 verse 28, and it reads, "The hope of the righteous will be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked will perish." That's all I have for you for this video. Please remember to leave your thoughts, your prayers, your overall take in the comment section below. I want to hear from y'all. Have you watched this film already? Pretty sure a lot of you probably have, but I want to hear about it. Like, who was your favorite characters? What did you like about the film? I mean, yeah, let's lay it all out there, okay? So until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forever.